The new Malcolm series is packed with references, and new details are being discovered every day. At the final party, some actors from the original series appear. For example, do you recognize this woman who is shown clapping? We'll cover all of that here. Today on Charlietales, I'll tell you 17 new curiosities and secrets from the Malcolm special. Ready? Let's go. Many people told me that this woman who appears at the party is Lavernia, who returned for a cameo. I wanted to verify it myself, but I have to tell you that no, it's not her. The actress who played Lavernia does not look like that nowadays. Here I'll show you a current photo of the actress Brenda Vela. So who is this woman? After a lot of research, I came to the conclusion that she is Dabney's mom, Malcolm's friend. This woman was extremely bitter and treated her son very badly. As you can see, her appearance matches much more than Lavernia's. On the living room refrigerator, we can see a very special photo. In it, Malcolm, Reese, and Dewey appear hugging each other. But where did this image come from? It corresponds to when Reese returned from the army and managed to reunite with his brothers on a rooftop. Malcolm and Dewey feared that Reese might be dead, which is why the scene was very emotional. Somehow, Hal and Lois got a photo of that iconic moment. The special reveals that Dewey is now a highly renowned musician who travels around the world and has many girlfriends. A dream life. Of course, this connects with the original series. When Hal and Lois revealed to Malcolm that his destiny would be to become president, they emphasized that he couldn't take the easy path, the one of being rich, fun, and luxury. They said that path would be for Dewey, and in the end, they were right. Kelly is presented to us as a non-binary character, meaning they do not identify as either male or female. This matches the actress who plays them. Vaughn Murray also identifies as non-binary. There have been rumors that she is a trans actress, but this is false. She was biologically born female. The fact that Kelly identifies as non-binary seems to be a joke directed at Lois. Let's remember that she always wanted to have a daughter. There is an entire episode where she fantasizes about her sons being girls. Lois was able to fulfill that dream with Kelly, but they ended up being non-binary, meaning they do not identify as a girl. During the party, Lois wears a beautiful dreamlike red dress. This reminds me of the legendary red dress that was burned in season 1. The episode was about Lois torturing her sons to make them admit guilt, but in the end, it turned out that Hal was the one who burned her dress. Now in the special, Lois was finally able to wear her red dress without any problems. When Abe takes Hal to Richie's drug center, he tells him that microdoses helped him quit his gambling addiction, and he highlights that he replaced it with a pornography addiction. This is not a random comment. It connects to the original series. Let's remember the episode where Malcolm sneaks off with Stevie to a fair, and both of their parents are looking for them. At one point, they turn to Francis for clues, and he mentions 2 places, a pornography shop and the fair. When Abe hears this, he immediately changes direction toward the pornography shop. Watch the scene yourselves.
First off, he said the porno shop on Radford is having a parking lot sale. Oh yeah, and the county fair is in town right now.
All right.
Of course, the fair.
Did you notice? Abe wanted to go to the pornography shop, but Lois intervened. That vice was always there. This reference was hard to detect. Friends, I would really appreciate a like. After losing his relationship with Tristan, Malcolm has a breakdown in his car. He starts screaming and suffering, while his daughter Leah watches him quite uncomfortably. This reminds me of a similar scene from the original series, when Hal had a breakdown, and to avoid scaring everyone, locked himself in the car to scream and cry. But he didn't realize that Malcolm was hiding in the car and heard everything. Lois's party ended in chaos because Hal came up with the idea of surprising everyone by throwing glitter. Unfortunately, his plan didn't go as expected. But why did Hal plan the glitter in the first place? This started in episode 1 of the special. In that scene, Lois argues with the event venue, and they tell her that glitter is prohibited. This disappoints her. If you pay attention, for a second Hal looks at Lois and realizes the problem. That's why he organized the glitter. Hal always listens to his wife. Throughout the entire special, Dewey can only be seen through a laptop. This is because the production initially wanted the original actor, Eric Sullivan, but he refused to participate. To make things easier for him, they wrote his role so that he would only appear on a laptop. That way he could film everything in one room and in a single day of shooting without interrupting his life. Unfortunately, despite these accommodations, Eric did not want to return to acting, and by that point in production, it was already too late to rewrite Dewey. That's why, even though they changed the actor, we can still only see him from a distance. They should have called Billy Prescott instead, the one who lives on Cypress Street 1515, a street east of Halifax. Malcolm shows us a photo of Leah's mother, Dreamer, who is holding a beer while carrying her newborn daughter. What's interesting is that if you look closely, the baby is just a fake doll. It's not a real baby. This is not a new trick in the series. In several episodes, Jamie was replaced by a toy doll, which was noticeably fake. Reese constantly forces his father to make unnecessary repairs. Hal doesn't like this very much, but he agrees because Reese says he does it to spend time together. This reminds me a lot of when Reese and Hal used to watch horror movies. The premise was similar. Hal didn't want to, but he did it to spend time with Reese. The idea is the same, but of course in the special, it turned out to be a lie from Reese to make money. Will there be a new continuation of the series? The final episode seems to suggest that the story would continue with Leah as the protagonist, along with Kelly and the Krell boy's son. In response, the creator of the series, Linwood Boomer, has already given an answer. In his words, "For now that's all. There are only 4 episodes, and we're done. For there to be a continuation, things would have to happen in a very particular way. I don't know if I'll be here if it takes another 17 years, but maybe one of my children will do it." As you heard, he made it clear that everything was planned for 1 season, but he is not close to the idea of a continuation. Personally, I do believe there are possibilities, since the series is a total success in streaming. In Kelly's room, we can see several hand-painted pictures. This could suggest that, like her siblings, she has a special talent. Reese is a cook, Malcolm is a math genius, and Dewey is a musician. Kelly would be skilled in painting. This wouldn't be strange, since Hal also had this talent. Let's remember that he spent years painting a very special picture, and when he finished, it fell on top of him. When Stevie is introduced, we can hear a very particular children's song. This is the same one from the iconic Red Dress episode. Lois used it to torture her sons until they admitted they had burned her dress. Listen for yourselves.
Why does she have to ruin everything I love?
Finally, I want to debunk a rumor that is circulating out there. People say that the teacher Caroline appears at the school and is the one who scolds Leah for making fun of her friend. But this is not true. The teacher Caroline was played by the actress Catherine Lloyd Burns, who currently looks like this. As you can see, she does not resemble the woman in the scene at all. Another important rumor is that the Hercabee appears at the final dance. Supposedly, he is this man I'm seeing here. But if we compare him with current photos of Hercabee, we'll notice that it's not the same actor. The confusion arose because many people shared this other photo, in which he does resemble Hercabee. Even I fell for that trap, but it's just an edited photo. Hercabee does not appear in the series, or if he does, he has not yet been identified. That's all for today. If you liked the video, you'd really help me out by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.